morning, my darlings. I hope you're all very well and having a gorgeous day so far. I feel very, very bundled up and cozy in my outfit of the day. I'm going to show you in the mirror in a second because I found yet another jumper dress that is just chef's kiss perfection. This one actually has some really unusual sleeve details. Oh, what's that ring of light? Or is my camera doing strange things? Who knows? But yeah, you can basically wear this jumper dress like a cape, like so, or you can do up your sleeves and wear it like a normal jumper dress. Any design details that make a jumper dress a little bit different, I am here for. So today I am back in London again today, and the main mission is to get my hair coloured ahead of the festivities, and also for my upcoming birthday. I just need a little bit of a root top up, so that is my main reason for going into London. I'm constantly at this time of year just on the radar for looking for Christmas gifts. I am going to be on the train. I'm going to start putting together my Christmas gift guides, which is always something that I really love to do. Excuse the crazy light. Yeah, it's one of my favourite things to do at this time of year, is start to put together my Christmas gift guides. I love the page on my blog where they sit. I think it's really easy to use. If any of them are live already, I'll leave the gift guide page linked down below, which is so exciting. And I'm going to share a few kind of tips on a particular gift type before we go, because I always think that perfume is the best thing to receive, the best thing to give. It's a very thoughtful gift, it's a very personal gift, and perfume, in my opinion, is something that we don't often treat ourselves to. It's not something that necessarily we go out and like treat ourselves to a really nice fragrance, so I always think it makes the perfect gift. So I have a couple of my favourite fragrances here from Michael Kors, and also a couple of Michael Kors gift sets here, and I'm going to share a few little tips on how to be an epic gift giver when it comes to fragrance this Christmas. So let's start with my personal favourite, which is Michael Kors Gorgeous, and it is in this lovely little bottle here, very chic, quite a minimal bottle. And I would say if you are gift giving, then a real fail-safe go-to is always a fragrance which has got floral notes in it. This has got jasmine, it's got tuberose, and those two alone are actually my favourite notes within a fragrance when it comes to the floral category. We have jasmine growing in our garden, and whenever I smell it, it just brings back such lovely, happy memories. As well as that, in here you've got pink pepper, you've got bergamot, you've also got cedarwood, and even tobacco notes in here, so it's quite a mature fragrance. Sometimes I think, oh my gosh, I love it so much. Sometimes I think that with florals, it can be a bit youthful, and I feel that notes like the cedarwood and the tobacco really help to elevate it, make it a bit more of an elegant, and especially at this time of year, like a cozy fragrance as well. At this time of year, obviously we have lots of lovely events coming up, and this is, I know it sounds kind of cliche to say, but this for me is a day to night fragrance because of those floral notes. It's got a freshness to it, which makes it perfect for in the day, like going around London today. This will be the perfect fragrance for that. But then with those deeper notes, like it's also got tonka as one of the notes, tonka, tobacco, cedarwood. That makes it a very sensual kind of fragrance for in the evenings as well. So if I was wearing a really lovely evening dress and I was going to a cocktail party or hosting a dinner party, it would be perfect for that. And there's so many special events going on this Christmas that this will be a regular fragrance that I reach to. Now sometimes what I think is really nice is if someone has complimented your fragrance, and when I do wear that one I get so many compliments because it's something that it's got some notes in there that people don't necessarily expect. If someone does compliment me on my fragrance, I make a mental note, and I always think it's so lovely to give a gift box. So Michael Kors have got the gorgeous gift box. I will show you what's inside. I also think like my niece is a huge Michael Kors fan overall. She asked for a Michael Kors bag last Christmas, and I think this is a really nice follow-up if you know someone that is already a huge fan of the brand. So this is the gift set, or of course if you know someone that already wears the fragrance, like say you've been around a girlfriend's house and you've seen this on her dressing table, you literally can't go wrong. So this has got the most handy little handbag size. I keep one of these in my makeup bag. Whenever I top up my lipstick or whatever, I always top up my fragrance. It's also got, this is a really good size, 50ml eau de parfum. If the recipient is traveling, then this is allowed because it's 50ml. And then you've got, how much is this? 75ml body lotion. So one of my top tips for making your fragrance last a long time is by layering up your fragrance. So when you're fresh out the shower, by popping a body lotion on of that same fragrance, that is literally going to infuse you with the scent, and it's going to last such a long time. And I prefer to spritz my fragrance on my clothing, around my kind of neck area, because then when you go in to give someone a hug, if the fragrance is all around here, then they get a really nice waft of it. I don't like to spray it on my skin quite so much. And then obviously the handbag sized one. So that's just fail-safe, foolproof gift idea. And then if you know somebody who is usually a big fan of traveling, of globe-trotting, if they like fragrances which maybe might remind them of a really special occasion, whether that is a summer trip to the Amalfi Coast or something along those lines, Michael Kors Wanderlust is such a... I don't want to box it in by saying it's a summer fragrance, but I mean, with a name like Wanderlust, I don't want to... Well, actually you can layer these up really nicely. Oh. This has got Italian bergamot, Sicilian mandarin, all those kind of light floral and fruity notes. It's also got jasmine in there, which I think is another reason why I absolutely love this one. The bottle is a little bit reminiscent of a sunset across the Mediterranean Sea, and another one that looks really beautiful on your dressing table. And once again, they have got the gift set, so if you know someone who likes their light, fresh and fruity fragrances, then this is a really, really gorgeous gift set option. In here, once again, we have got the fragrance in the 50ml. You've also got this cute little 4ml, again great for traveling, and the body lotion, which is again 75ml, and that is the most beautiful body lotion. Don't be put off by thinking this is going to be really zingy and fruity, because it has also got sandalwood and cashmeran, which I've never actually seen written as a fragrance note before. And when I saw it on the ingredients list, I actually had to Google it. I had to research it because I was like, is that a type of wood? Is that a musk? And it's actually a chemical fragrance, which initially I was a bit confused about, but lots of ingredients within perfumes are quite hard to extract naturally, and you can actually recreate those natural fragrances in a more natural and reliable way as a chemical compound. So cashmeran is a really rich and spicy, almost a little bit woody, a little bit fruity, a little bit vanilla-y. It's one of those scents which is quite hard to, I do find scents quite hard to describe, but let's just say it's one of those notes that you often find in very expensive fragrances. It's something that's got a really lovely familiarity to it, and it's found actually in both of these fragrances. Something a little bit different about those scents, and I just love that you can get such beautiful gift sets. It's just a really wonderful, thoughtful gift idea. So those are my top tips for fragrance gifting this Christmas. Let me know down below if you have got any fragrances on your Christmas wish list, and I will leave both Michael Kors Gorgeous 100ml, Wanderlust 100ml and the 2 gift sets linked in the description box down below if you're looking for a fail-safe gift that your recipient will love this Christmas. Now, before I head into London, let me show you the outfit of the day. You might have spotted a new coat in the background, which is the softest, snuggliest thing in the entire world. Right now it's beautiful blue skies outside, but it is so windy, and I think it's not meant to be quite as lovely in London. And it's also, the temperatures have just dropped so much, so I'm going to be layering up. When I'm going to pop my coat on, I have taken my arms out of the little zipper cape sections and just folded the sleeves up a little bit. And then we have the most classic jumper dress, which is from... you guessed it, it is from Michael Kors. I never really think of them as a brand where I can get my autumn-winter basics, but I was so happy to see this on their website, and literally the best coat in the world. You guys are going to see me living in this autumn winter. So it is this gorgeous puffer coat. I presume you can actually wear it either way. You can probably wear it inside out, but I always want this fluffy section on my body. It is the softest lining of a coat I have ever felt. It's nice and long as well, so when it gets really chilly outside, this is going to keep me so snugly warm. Like I've done with the jumper, you can definitely fold up the sleeves and show that little bit of softness down there at the bottom. and I'll probably wear this with a crossbody bag to finish the look. But how gorgeous is that? Yeah, the fact that it's got a pocket like this. In fact, let's just try it. I'm pretty sure it can be worn both ways around. So this is obviously the way round which is most comfortable for me because it is so soft on the lining. It is most definitely the softest coat lining I think I have ever felt. And then you've got these nice deep pockets down here. You can actually open up this little slit there if it's a little bit cooler out and you don't mind a bit more ventilation. But if I'm wearing a jumper dress and I do have my legs out, then it's nice to have everything covered up down below. And yeah, you can definitely roll up the sleeves. But what I'm going to do is take this off, turn it inside out, and see how it looks the other way around as well. Oh my goodness, anyone that knows me and watched my vlogs last year will know that I am just the biggest fan of duvet coats, of teddy bear coats. Honestly guys, I'm absolutely obsessed with this coat. Oh my gosh, even this part is quite soft. I guess if it was slightly drizzling with rain outside, I would definitely want to have this side on the outer. But how amazing does this look? If we have any ski trips coming up, I would literally, guys, I never want to take this off. This is such a duvet coat, and look at these massive deep pockets. Oh yes. I think what I might do today is wear it the flip way around to get there, so I've got the snuggly side on my body for the train journey, etc. And then as soon as I arrive at my meetings, I have got a couple of meetings, I've got a lovely event later on today as well, then I can flip it round to arrive dressed as a giant teddy. So darlings, without further ado, one final spritz of fragrance before we go, and I will see you in London. Okay, made it to Covent Garden. As you can see, I switched coats because I just felt too bundled up in the big long ones. So I've gone for one of my sleeveless jackets, and I feel like this is a very finite time of year that you can get away with wearing sleeveless borg coats, so I'm making the most of it. I'm here in Covent Garden at about 10 o'clock in the morning, so it's still quite quiet. I would definitely recommend beelining for Covent Garden at this time of day as opposed to waiting until a little bit later, especially if you want to do some shopping or admiring the Christmas decorations, because it's so much quieter now than it will be in a few hours time. So this is the main kind of piazza, the main Covent Garden market. They've got a few Christmas trees out. You can see there's very few people here yet. My first meeting of the day is down at Peachtree Nurseries, which is down there, but I've got about 10 minutes to spare, so I'm going to mooch through the market and see if they've got any more Christmassy bits inside. They've got a beautiful floral wreath. This is fresh flowers here to commemorate those that gave their lives for the World War at Covent Garden Market. We are wearing our poppies today until November the 11th to show our gratitude to those that did give their lives to the war. And I've never actually noticed this plaque on the ground here, but this has done a great job of highlighting it. Hopefully it stays looking beautiful until the 11th of November. And the market is already starting to look festive. We've got some decorations up on the sides there. The tree is up, the massive tree, little tiny Christmas trees. And the apple market has got lots of traders with all their various stalls. Ooh, I think that might be a little coffee wagon. Just walked past Clos Major, which actually Charlie and I came here for our very first Valentine's Day together in London. It's went to one of the most romantic restaurants in London, and they have got Santa's sleigh pulled by sausage dog reindeer. This is just so wonderful. Look at this. I love it. And there's some penguins, and that's definitely a non-sausage dog, that tall one up there. Your legs are far too long. I've got a nutcracker who remembers Nigel and Nigella from last year's Vlogmas. The first meeting of the day is down, and next I have arrived up back again towards Marylebone. I've come to Michael Van Clark, and I have got a hair appointment here for a blonde top-up. I came here last about 6 years ago, and since then, and it was a fantastic appointment, and since then I've just heard so many friends raving about their blonde abilities. So let's go. Salon is quite like old school in its design. You can see there's some oak panelled walls around me, lots of statues shoes, lots of beautiful stone steps. So I thought I'd quickly give you a before. It's not hugely obvious under the light. Maybe that's a little bit better. I just need a real lift on the roots. My roots are probably about that long at the moment of dark natural colour coming through, and we're just going to lift some of the blonde, freshen it up, ready for a nice winter blonde hairdo. Maybe you can see a little bit better here. You can see it's just quite dark around my roots, and where I've actually got a double crown, we just need to add a little bit more blonde in this area here and underneath, so that when I have my hair in a ponytail or in a bun, you don't get that dark coming through. That's my natural colour, that kind of dark blonde or light brown underneath. This is my office while I'm at the hairdresser, and I love when a hairdresser has got an inbuilt cafe. So we've got this epic menu. I've already had some breakfast, but we've got some nice salads. Falafel and hummus superfood salad sounds good. Cakes and treats. Yep. Okay, about an hour later, and I now have a full set of foils in. It has taken quite a long time because I'm having a full head of colour today, and I have got a lot of hair. It might be fine, but I have got a lot of hair, so it always takes quite a long time. And my lunch has arrived. I've got their superfood salad with falafel and hummus, and it smells amazing. And a fresh lemon and ginger tea, which is just what the doctor ordered, so I'm going to enjoy this. And then in about 15 minutes they're going to come and check the colour and see if we can take out those first few foils. Okay, 4.5 hours in the salon later, but I'm not complaining because it has been such a wonderful experience. But my hair is done. I've asked for them to pin it back in a bun because when I get on the tube, when I get on the train, it just completely ruins any curl that's in there. So by having it back, it'll hopefully stay intact for tomorrow, because Charlie and I are going out for a nice kind of date day, antique shopping tomorrow. But the hair colour looks amazing. I've obviously not seen it yet in natural daylight, but she put so many foils in and using such tiny sections, and even in this salon light it looks amazing. It looks so natural. Normally after I have my hair coloured, I hate it for the first couple of days while it kind of settles, but this looks incredible, and the blow dry is so good. It's really voluminous even with it up in the bun. Okay, I'm back out in fresh air. You still can't really see the hair colour that accurately because it's getting dark outside, but I'm so happy with it. And the staff, everyone in that salon was so lovely. I actually would go as far as to say that was the best salon experience I think I've ever had. Everyone was so nice, the attention to detail, the food that they had on the menu, the tea was served in like really nice fine china, just all those little details. It was a very luxury hair experience. I would highly recommend. I'll leave the details of who I had down below because amazing, absolutely amazing. I think I might become a regular. So it's not quite dark yet, so I think I'm gonna stay in town just a little bit longer. We're in Marylebone, which is such a nice area. The salon, my Covent Clark, is about a 2-minute walk to Marylebone High Street. And I haven't actually walked down Marylebone High Street and shopped here in a little while, so I'm gonna take a scenic route back up to the tube station, back up to the train station, and see if there's any little boutiques that I can pop in on the way. I've not shown you the best bits yet, but this really is such a lovely little high street. I think if I had my time again in London, I would choose to live around Marylebone. I know that this is the area that Freddie wanted to live in. But I did not realise that Majuri had physical stores in London. It's amazing. It's quite an elevated high street. They've got by Maylene Berger, probably said that completely wrong, Marge. My org coat that I'm wearing now is from Marge a couple of years ago. There's also an Anthropology. I feel like Marylebone High Street gives King's Road a bit of a run for its money for like a bougie high street. Let's have a look in here. They normally have some really nice Christmas bits. This is so sweet. They've got little homeware sets with like festive London, festive Paris, festive New York. I think a jazzy tea towel is also a really nice host gift if you're going to anyone's house for Christmas cocktails. So sweet. This stitching on the edge. Ooh, cold makes me sneeze. Wow, what a beautiful morning. It actually doesn't show quite as well on camera, but it is a frosty morning. You might have seen my Instagram story clips from when I went out to the gym this morning. Sadly, I think we're going to be saying goodbye to quite a few of the flowers. You can see these are not happy chappies. I think dahlias and anemones, you lose them when you get the first frost. We did have a frost earlier in the week, but I think this is the first major one. Oh, I'm filming this on my phone, by the way, because my camera's upstairs and I can't be bothered to go and get it. And by the time I bring it down, the frost will have gone. But it is such a beautiful morning. Ready for the crunch? I mean, they look so beautiful, but they're completely crispy. Sadly, I don't think these will come back to life now. It's so sad. It's still a little bit of a devastation zone down here where we had the gates put in, and we've obviously got the old gate and some more remnants of my greenhouse down here. There is a chase going on in the walnut tree. I think it might be squirrels. We haven't had many pigeons in the garden since Connie came with the falcons. Oh, look at that light. Look at this. This is what I love about winter. But only mornings like this. Not cloudy grey mornings, but this is just magical. My kale is completely frozen. And I don't think my dahlias will have survived. What is going on in this tree? Oh, my hands are going numb. Frost on the buxus balls looks beautiful. This area does look very sad. And this looks very festive. I don't know if I've just not noticed in previous years or if this is a bit unusual, but I've never known there to be roses in the garden and then there to be such a hard frost. Like, this rose is completely solid. Completely solid. Dexy! What are you howling at, my boy? I've just realised I don't think there is an animal chase going on in here. I think the frost has made the leaves suddenly turn, and I think the leaves are just falling. Goodness me. And my dahlias are still very much intact, but again, solid, completely solid. Good morning from me. Good morning, darlings. Gosh, it is such a beautiful day and I feel so festive this morning. I'll pop a picture up on the screen here that I took of a frosted, ooh, my lipstick is far too pale, and it just made me so excited for Christmas. So this morning I can see my hair colour properly, and I'll show you in proper natural light slash very, very cool morning light, but it is just absolute perfection. It is the perfect tone of blonde, and if you look at the roots, She's so softly blended it in, and it's not that really harsh, you've just had your hair coloured kind of look. So I'm so impressed from the whole salon experience to how it looks. This is definitely my favourite hair colouring experience, so I will be highly recommending Michael van Clark. And the hairbrush that I'm using is actually a Michael van Clark hairbrush as well, and I had a mini one of these, which was always my handbag makeup brush, and I must have lost it about a year ago, and I'm still very sad about it to this day, because this is the best hairbrush that you will ever use. I love a wet brush, but this is even better, and I just think they're such a sleek size. Their wet brushes look like they look like a cartoon hairbrush. This does the same thing, better in fact, and it looks a lot more sleek. So big fan of these. And what I loved yesterday was that when I was talking to the lovely lady that did my colour, she was asking what I use, and I said, well, to be honest, I do love the Red Ken Blondage for toning my hair. And then I said, but do you have any recommendations? And hats off to her, she could have used that as like a selling point for the Michael van Clark hair products, but she was like, you know what, your hair colour and condition and tone is really good, so keep using what you're using. But then I do also have their, I think it's called 3 More Inches collection, which has been developed by Michael van Clark, and obviously the aim for that collection of shampoos and conditioners and oils and things is to grow your hair, which I'm not too bothered about. I'm not too bothered about actually growing the length of my hair, but if it's good enough to grow people's hair, then I figure it's going to be really nourishing. So I'm going to give that a try, and I'll let you know how I get along. But I highly recommend the hairbrush, and getting a colour appointment, especially for blondes. This is my dream hair colour. I'm so happy. So today, as I mentioned, Charlie and I are heading out. We've actually got to go to, we've got a couple of errands to run first, and then we're going to drive south, halfway between here and Bath, that road trip I did a few weeks ago, and we're going to be stopping off in Tetbury. Now Tetbury is firstly just so beautiful. It's just a typical chocolate box Cotswold town, but it's also very well known for their antiques. Now I feel like Charlie and I know there are a few little gaps in the house, a few key things that we need. There's one thing in particular that we're going to look at, which is a beautiful huge oak bookcase, potentially for the drawing room. But we'll mooch around all the antique shops while we're there. And on the way to Tetbury is Westonbirt Arboretum, and I'm really hoping it stays sunny. It's looking like it's clouding over, because I'd love to go into the Arboretum. I think we've probably only got a few days left of the trees looking amazing before the frost makes all the leaves fall off, like you will have seen this morning. But yeah, it's going to be a really nice day. So I'm going to spritz Wanderlust this morning before we go. And then, oh, that's so good. I need my belt. Where is my belt? This is one of the jumper dresses that I got in H&M. No, it's not, and Other Stories, in the store the other day. Who was I telling this to the other day? I think it might have been Petra, actually. But my top tip when you are applying hairspray, this is the Red Ken Control Addict. That's me, Control Addict. Spray your hair from underneath, instead of like from up top, because then it doesn't make your hair drop so much. My finishing touches, my jewellery, these gorgeous earrings. Can you see it's like a little moon and a little star, and then I've got these 2 necklaces. These are from the Miller Harris Missima collection, and I love them. So we're just fueling up before our antiques hunting begins, and I've got a croque madame.
Oh, look at that.
Aha!
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Charlie has got the fish finger sandwich to fuel us up before the antiques hunting begins. Our lunch, and because it's such a beautiful afternoon, we've just come down to this very famous little passageway. It's called the Chipping Steps in Tetbury. chipping means market, and apparently they used to hang their fabrics and their cushions outside.
They were literally, every one of these houses was
a fabric mill,
of some description.
So
like a little shop.
I believe, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is this street where the expression cottage industry comes from, because all of these cottages, as Charlie said, had their own little fabric business, and they'd hang their fabrics from the windows and people would come and buy them. So we're just gonna trot back up again. So we're not too far away from Charles and Camilla's High Grove, and they've got a little souvenir shop here. I'd like to go there one day. I think they often do open gardens, but our first pit stop is Brown Rig Antiques. Here we go. Charlie always finds amazing bits from these guys on Instagram, and we've got a bookcase on reserve. Thank you. And here it is in the front room. This is the bookcase that we have reserved and would rather love for in our drawing room. Wow, it is rather gorgeous. If only we could get all the books with it, because they look great.
Yeah. I'll have to ask them.
Wow. Again after a successful afternoon antiques shopping. We actually only bought stuff from Brown Rig, and we did end up getting the bookcase and also a really beautiful kind of candelabra that we will put up in the entrance hall. We've been looking for something like that for a long time, and this one was perfect. It's like an antique bronze, and it'll look great with candles in it, hopefully, so that should be great for the festivities. Popped in a few more, and then we grabbed some coffee and some little Spanish treats from this lovely little deli called Lola & Co, which we'd highly recommend you pop into if you come to Tetbury. It's a really nice day out. So now we're going to head home. Unfortunately, it's only 4:15, but of course it's already getting dark, so there's no point, sadly, in us going to Westonbirt Arboretum, because it would just be dark by the time we got there, which is a real shame. Always next year, because I think with the frost this morning all the leaves will be falling down, so it's pretty much the last few days that you can go and it'll be looking truly amazing. But we are going to pop into Daylesford on the way back, so we've got a few more bits and bobs we need to buy for the weekend, and then I think it's going to be an evening of the fire being lit and a few films on the telly. And we have made it back to Daylesford. It's looking very festive. I would highly recommend coming late on a Friday afternoon, because we'll probably be one of the only people here. Well, we don't really need to go in the garden centre, do we? Okay. Back home again. We've bought some oven ready meals from Daylesford that we are going to enjoy. Charlie is lighting the fire. The banging you can hear is fireworks going off, because it is, remember the 5th of November. But I thought I would just end this vlog with a little quick unboxing, because while we've been out today we've had some really lovely deliveries, the first of which is a very exciting one indeed, and it is from Dyson. So they have brought out a new colourway of the Airwrap, the Coral and the Supersonic, all of which I absolutely love and I'm obsessed with, and they're always fairly hard to get your hands on. They do definitely sell out before Christmas. They do not do discounts for Black Friday. These products are too hotly in demand to do discounts, so you won't find discounts over Cyber Week, unfortunately. But I only mention that because I have had a few DMs on Instagram asking for recommendations as to whether people should wait. Last year they did nothing, and having spoken to the brand, I think there is a 99.9% chance that there will be no discounts again this year. So the new colorway of the Supersonic is this spectacular navy and gold colorway. Oh my goodness, it is just so gorgeous. I have been using a Supersonic for, well, when did they come out? I've literally been a convert ever since they were released. I actually had one on loan to shoot some content with it when they were very, very first released, and then I sadly had to send that one back, and then I couldn't live without it, so I ended up buying one. They just dry my hair so quickly. I feel like they keep my hair in good condition. You have never known a hairdryer to dry your hair as quickly as this does. Leaves it smooth and silky and shiny. I have still got the plastic wrap on this. Oh, here we go. All the fireworks in the village are setting the dogs off. Dexy's been nervous all day. So this is what it looks like, a little bit more futuristic than your typical hairdryer. You have the attachments which just magnetize on. A lot of the time I just rough dry my hair, so I will actually use it without an attachment. I just blast it through like so. But then this one's quite good if you do want to get a little bit more precise. If I want to use a barrel brush, get some more volume, then it comes with this one as well. I also have the flyaway tool. You might remember I showed you this a little while ago, which is great for these, especially now that I've had my hair coloured. I do have a few little wispy bits. This uses some crazy air bending technology to like push your flyaways down. It is just insane how that works. And then we have also got a comb attachment, which I never use. I don't even really know how I would use it. Maybe it's good for guys, I'm not sure. And then the diffuser, which is good if you've got fine hair. I know my mum likes to use diffusers on her hairdryer. It makes it a little bit softer, good for like an overall drying. So yes, this is the new colorway of the Dyson Supersonic. I will leave it linked down below because these will sell out very, very quickly. That is just so gorgeous. I'm so grateful to work with Dyson and get to show you all of their incredible launches. And then the other delivery that I wanted to quickly share with you is from Carrot London, which is a really, really beautiful jewelry brand. They've got two strings to their bow, if you will, two kind of parts to their brand. Carrot London and also Gentle Diamonds. And Gentle Diamonds are lab grown diamonds, which I'm learning so much more about. It's so much more sustainable and so much more ethical than the majority of mined diamonds. I didn't actually realize until my eyes were opened quite how much damage to the planet and to humans mined diamonds can cause, and it's something that I'm looking a lot more into because yeah, it's just literally mind-blowing when you start researching it. So Carrot London do things so differently. Their Gentle Diamonds, as I mentioned, are lab grown. Everything that they use in their jewelry is sustainably and ethically sourced. It's a really lovely company and their designs are just amazing. So I chose this pair of earrings because they actually look exactly like my engagement ring. Will my camera focus? Yeah, literally look at my engagement ring. They are the exact same design. So I think if I have any special events coming up, they are just dazzling. They are so beautiful. They're going to be like best earrings. And then what do we have in here? Collection. Okay, so I thought this was a contender for a wedding band. What do you think of that? So if I show you, I'm not actually sure which one you're meant to put on first. That is how they would look together. I think maybe you're meant to wear the wedding band underneath, but it is slightly bigger stones than my actual engagement ring. I think I need to get a smaller size though. Definitely that is a little bit too big. I think I got a J and I need to go smaller. And then this one is a little bit more don't really like using the word blingy, but this is a little bit more blingy. It's more of a flat diamond, and I thought that looked so nice stacked up with my other rings. What do you think? So beautiful. Really, really lovely company. Their products are just amazing. As you know, I love jewellery. Jewellery is my thing. I love trying different brands, learning more about how things are sourced, about the industry as a whole. I've been really enjoying catching these Missimo ones in my reflection today. But anyway, that's the unboxing done. I'm going to take this one off because it's a little bit too special to be wearing around the house like this. I'm now going to pop on my pyjamas and enjoy dinner. So darlings, I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you for watching. I will see you very, very soon in the next one. Bye.